It's Friday and it's an interdimensional day. If you haven't felt it yet, you may be feeling like control isn't what it used to be. Taking different aspects of who controls you, what you're willing to open up to. Today's a day where stuff is going to come up and how you react to it is going to determine what happens on Monday. Monday's a big day. Looking forward to seeing what everybody's up to this weekend. Come on in, and when you come in, put down a single word or phrase that determines how you feel today. Hello from Italy, Sao Paulo. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Hello, hello. Looking forward to seeing what's going on. Are there fascial releases that help people with alcohol dependence? Yes, the stress reset, actually the 28-day reset is designed for things like addiction. So, and if you talk to Mark Lou, 33, who just joined, he'll tell you how he got off of 10 years of opiates by doing urine therapy. Urine therapy is the fastest way to battle an addiction, I can tell you that.
It does sound like there's water running in the background.
Is there a lot of noise in the background? Okay, guys, we're going to move inside. So we're going to do this slowly. And while they're setting up, so we're going to move inside because there's a lot of wind that just came up all of a sudden. And I'm going to let them get everything set up in there. So put down exactly what it is that you feel like today. Are you feeling activated? Are you feeling like you've had enough? Are you making decisions about people and control and systems in your life? Or what is it that what's going on for you guys today? Grand Rising, how you doing, Ruby Jane? We are starting a world tour. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, we're looking for people. We're looking to do 3 locations in the United States, and we are not 100% set on those locations. We think one's going to be Los Angeles, possibly. One is going to be Austin, Texas, possibly. And one is going to be New York or Florida. Haven't decided yet. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for somebody who already has a market in the local area and who already has a following to partner with. And the reason why we want to do this is we might as well just bring in all the people that we need to in one fell swoop. Can we move that back? Okay, hold on, guys. Getting all set up here. Like right up. Right up. So I can stand. No, move that right up, please.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, here we go. And the overhead lights, please. Okay, here we go. And overhead lights.
On?
Yeah. The switch, turn it up. Here we go. The switch. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, we're good. We're set up here. Yeah, it was a little bit on the windy side outside. Thanks for the patience. So let's see again. Looking forward to starting the reset. Yeah, starting the reset. The next reset starts on the 1st. I think the cutoff date is the 18th. So if you sign up right now, you'll be starting with other people. How can I get rid of lipoma bumps in the neck and legs? First and foremost, if you have lipomas and they're bumps, usually it's a blockage of fluid over time. So one of the ways that you can do it is you have to have mineralization. So I suggest bathing in diatomaceous earth and borax, also in Epsom salts with some essential oils. You can use castor oil physically on them, and you have to be ingesting the minerals and bathing in the minerals and castor oil while doing fascial maneuvers. That's the best way for lipomas and bumps in the necks, the legs, or anywhere else that you find it in your body. Can you treat people with money blocks? Yeah. Had a seizure and now my whole left side is rock hard and tight. Yeah, so if you've had a seizure, you're going to have one side of your body usually tighten up. That's normal. So what we recommend, seizures often come, and most often, and I've had many of them. I had seizures before I knew what it was. I had multiple concussions caused by a seizure. I wasn't aware that there was a seizure because I just woke up on the ground. And so no one was there to let me know. And so what was happening for me was chronic dehydration of the fascial tissue, specifically around the organs and the brain. and the seizure would start. So the first thing that you do is you remineralize your body. You can use our supplements with the Power Kirk 30, high doses, 6 to 8 tablets per day. Think about that for 3 months. That loosens the fascial tissues. The diatomaceous earth and the Irish sea moss get all the water back into that fascia with fascial maneuvers. And if you can't do them yourself, you can get partnered to help you with the partner maneuvers, especially the maneuvers from the neck up. Really important when you've been having seizures, because usually you have 50%, a little over 50% of the muscles in your body are fascial connections between your neck and your head. So out of 640 muscles, the majority of them are here. And that means the fascial connections where a lot of information is exchanged through your interstitium or the brain of your fascia. So it's really important to get the mineralization and the movement and the inflammation down with Power Kirk 30. Just finished a walk, feeling energized. Central Florida. Yeah, so again, I'm going to keep saying this. If you are in around the areas and you would like to host us, and what I mean host us is that if you have a market, if you are an influencer, you have a following, you have a market specifically in a local area, or you have a local market into the thousands, we're interested in working with you in Los Angeles, in Austin, Texas, and in New York or Florida. We're going to do 3 or 4 dates coming up just towards the end of March. We're going to do 3 or 4 dates in the United States where we're open, and we're looking to partner with somebody in those areas. So if you are that person, now if you have a clinic and you have 100 people, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody who has media and marketing reach and can draw an audience. Our whole thing is to get this out here to people and to help people spread fascial maneuvers and what the healing and the message of the body heals itself. So we're looking to partner with health influencers or media influencers in those areas. If you have a child here, I see cultivating classical roots, 3 years old. Send us a message. We'll put you in our parents group, and in there you can get some specific information on how to work with your child. Day 11 of the reset, feeling great. Is it day 11? I don't even know. I have to take a look.
The
Austin or Houston? Yes, most likely going to be Austin. I think that's where our market is. But again, we're looking for a partner. There's a lot of media partners we used to work with out there that used to be in California, so we're open to any and all of that.
They can be in Texas, but the event may be in Austin.
Yeah, or you can be a U.S. media influencer that draws an audience too. It's just we're looking for specifically local audience. We're looking for somebody specifically that has local market intelligence, and there's a lot of reasons for it. But one of the reasons is that to set up, find a location, know that's right. I mean, like after you do it in Vancouver a bunch of times, you get to know, oh, that one has no parking. This one didn't work, it was hard to get to. You only find that stuff out after you've done it a couple times. So we're looking to come in and shorten that learning curve and work with somebody in those markets. Again, Los Angeles, Austin, Texas, and New York, and somewhere in Florida. Post-concussion syndrome, best way to heal is to go into the 28-day reset, follow the protocols exactly. With post-concussion syndrome, there's chronic dehydration and there's digestive issues which cause absorption issues constantly. Mineralization drops immediately because of the body's utilization of minerals throughout the concussive healing process. And we found that the 28-day reset works with that, and you focus extra work on the upper reset protocol and go heavy on the minerals. Yeah, sorry, Stacy, no San Francisco. San Francisco, I mean, we barely even want to go to California, but there's a market there. San Francisco is way out of our comfort zone. I don't know about you guys, but San Francisco ain't the place it used to be. But Stacy, you can come all the way down to Southern California. That's a quick drive for you. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Kelly Peterson. What you do for very, very high lipoprotein A. Send us a DM about the high lipoprotein A. But guys, generally, even if it's a genetic disorder, take the body out of stress 2 times per day. Give the body the proper amount of minerals and do fascial maneuvers. When you remove the stress from the body and you properly mineralize, which hydrates the body and reduce inflammation, every condition in the body gets better. Doesn't matter what it is. It's the same answer every time. Your body does the healing. There's no condition. There's no formula. There's nothing that you can do to heal your body. Your body heals itself, but you have to give it the environment to do that. IBS. IBS is really, and listen, there are so many people with IBS, Crohn's, and colitis who have had complete remissions, and they can do that in the 28-day reset. The protocols in the 28-day reset are digestive inflammatory protocols that help hydrate the body and bring movement back into the fascia. Because if you got a lot of junk going on in here, remember, all these organs have meridians that go down here. So if you got junk going on here, it's going to pull tight in here, causing restriction. So as you start to do the fascial maneuvers, you open up and give all of your organs, especially things like your bowels and your large intestine, your small intestine, the space and the ability to move freely. Now remember, those organs, there's only 3 organs in your body that have muscles: your heart, your stomach, and your bladder. The rest of them require this movement in order to work, and we just generally don't move in society anymore. Somebody asked, how come my voice changes tone so dramatically in the feed? Is somebody else experiencing that? It happens from time to time. It's something to do with Instagram, but if somebody else is experiencing it, can you let me know? Any idea how to increase platelets in order to continue chemo? Carrie, I'm going to tell you from the bottom of my heart that asking how to increase your immunity to kill it with chemo doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to say that there's a lot of people that are dealing with cancer. We had Leah Brown in here with her little 3-year-old tumor almost gone, just doing fascial maneuvers and using power kirk and getting minerals. Your body can heal itself. Chemo is not the best option. There are better options. Please do your research. Get into the 28-day reset. Your body will increase its platelets if you get into the 28-day reset for sure, but I just can't see making your body healthy to kill everything. Rheumatoid arthritis. If you go to our link in our bio, we can send you a video called Autoimmune Cured. It's Claire, and we have thousands of others who have reversed their symptoms from autoimmune, and some of them have got diagnoses and had cleared certificates, so saying that they no longer have the disease process. Rheumatoid arthritis, Graves' disease, Raynaud's, Hashimoto's. That is a very, very common now in our program, where people have averted the symptoms, and a lot of them have actually got medical evidence that they no longer have the disease. 28-day reset, plan on doing it for 3 months. And if you have rheumatoid arthritis, you got to get the chemicals out of your life. You have to get it out of your care products, out of your food. Otherwise, it's just not going to work.
Can I ask you a question, Gary?
Yeah.
So we were over at Beyond Ibogaine last night, and a lot of people were dealing there with addiction. So how do you heal your body from addiction like that with fashion maneuvers in our program?
Well, addiction is, what are we addicted to? Addiction is a relationship between the brain's idea on how to solve an emotion. The reason why we use substances is to resolve an emotion. And if we're trying to resolve a big emotion, a feeling, we use a substance to sedate it. And when you take the body out of stress 2 times per day and you give it the proper hydration, then the body has more space. The serotonin rises in the body, and we can start to make the connections rather than trying to solve them. Usually what you'll find is when the body comes out of stress, twice a day, and is mineralized, and the inflammation is down for 28 days in a row, the need to go back to the addictive tendencies starts to diminish very, very quickly. Why do you think rehabs are 28 days? It's keeping you away from something, but that's not enough. You've got to give your body the stress reduction, and you've got to give it the inflammation control, because those are the things that spike that cause the addictive tendencies. You can follow D. Freer. I think it's at.
I'll go.
Yeah. So we're gonna put it in there. You can follow D. Freer for Parkinson's. She's been working with Parkinson's, had great success. And if you follow her, you can see the progression of several Parkinson's clients of hers. Okay. So the short answer is yes. Anytime you reduce stress, increase hydration, you're going to eliminate any neuromuscular disease, or reduce the neuromuscular disease to the point of possible elimination. So should be planning on going to LA. Well, yes. I mean, we are going to be, it's going to be, looks like end of March, early June, where we will be looking at being on tour in the United States. Grand Rising. That's fear coming up in the last 3 years. What movements can I start to practice regularly? Natural Love 108. I suggest that you go to the link, or go to our website and start with, there's an upper reset and a lower reset. Start with one of those each day and do it every day. It'll take you about 35 minutes. Within 7 to 10 days, you should start to feel something differently. The fear is trapped in the body. It's usually related to chronic dehydration of fascial tissue and trauma, that's physical trauma that's stored in the body. But you can't get rid of it when the body's dehydrated and when the body's constricted. And it also has a lot to do with breathing as well. So all those things are covered in those practices. I would highly recommend that if you're dealing with fear long-term, to get the mineralization, diatomaceous earth, Irish sea moss. If people that take our supplements that are depressed or have chronic fear, typically start to calm that down within 7 to 10 days. And we're not saying the supplements remove your fear. What they do is they remove the hormonal load on your body that causes the spikes that your brain has to resolve. Because fear is basically something in the body that the brain is trying to figure out how to deal with. And it goes to an old narrative. What about this? What about that? How do I fix this? And that's your brain trying to solve a problem it doesn't know how to solve. Urine therapy, it could be every other day. Look at, if you're going to do urine therapy, there is no wrong answer. When you do it, it's going to help you. You'll notice it. It was funny because Tracy came to me today and she skipped today and she goes, "Oh my God, now I know," because she took it, felt better, and then all of a sudden, removed it. And this is why contrast is important. We want you to get contrast. It's important to test your body. Don't believe everything I say. And people are like online on this latest urine post. "Oh, I believe everything you say. Now I don't believe nothing," because of one post. Don't believe anything I say. Test it. Go test it on your body. Learn what your body wants. I'm not here to be another dictator of health. I want you to be comfortable and feel safe in experimenting in your own body. And when you feel comfortable and safe in experimenting in your own body, you no longer need me. That's the goal. And you can help other people. Diverticulitis, Irene, it'll go away. But I would go to the, Irene, since I know you, and you're a Capricorn, go to the, what do you call it? Metaphysical Anatomy book. Get that book or go to it and ask what diverticulitis means. I think you really need to focus on that because you've been doing this long enough to be out of that problem. Sacramento. I mean, Stacey, you what are you like negotiating with me? You're like come to San Francisco. No, okay, well, come to Sacramento. It's closer. Now this tour here is, we have been doing, like we did Joshua Tree and stuff like that. That was about us being where we wanted to be. And the reason we didn't do LA is because 5,000 to 7,000 people show up, and they're not our core people. They're people on the peripheral. But we are going out this year to touch the people where they are, to make it accessible for people so they can have the experience. Jennifer Gardner. Hi, Gary. What is the CMOS? What if a CMOS upsets my stomach? Yeah, if it's upsetting your stomach, is it your stomach or your small intestine? And stomach is here, small intestine is down here. And if it's upsetting your small intestine, it's probably because parasitic activity. I would take it in conjunction with diatomaceous earth, and I would do the lower reset and the barefoot sprinter routine #2. I would do that daily until that goes away, because the sea moss is just minerals, and those minerals are minerals that should have been in your food supply but aren't there anymore. So if a mineral is causing that action, it's usually because your body's clearing something out. Like your body goes, oh, I got all the tools now. I'm going to start working on all these parasites that have been hanging out, not paying any rent, and they're like evicting the parasites, and the parasites are getting angry, throwing bombs at the bacteria. You know how it goes. It's like evicting squatters. Parasites are squatters. Yeah, somebody said I muscle test and ask my body if it wants UT. Yeah, listen, I don't put anything in my body. Zip. Nothing that goes in my body unless my body asks for it. I've spent the last decade developing a relationship, which you can do very quickly. It took me a while because I didn't know what I was doing. But I know that what my body's asking for, and if I grab something that my body's not asking for, by the time I get it about here, my body's like, whoa, and it knows the difference. So it's about starting to do tuning into your body. I don't like to call it muscle testing because it's not the muscle, it's the fascia. It's our innate intelligence. And tuning into your body, sway test is one way. Another way is to have somebody test like this if you don't know. But eventually you'll just get a feeling. It's a relationship. And you're just learning to communicate with what your body truly wants. Because a lot of our desires have been corrupted by chemicals in our diet. We get chemicals that mimic things like calcium and mimic things like selenium and stuff like that. And our body goes, I want more of that chemical. And it thinks that's the best way to get it. Losing your husband en route. Heart goes out to you. Let's talk about it. Sad to say, and no desire to visit San Francisco. Yeah, Mara, I'm with you. No desire to visit San Francisco anymore. The Human Feces app kind of really pushed me over the edge. They have an app that tells you all the spots in San Francisco where you can find human feces on the ground. It's bizarre, man. En route, I'm trying to bring you up. Listen, your eyelid had dropped. If you're not going to come up, I'm just going to throw it up to you en route. Upper reset and the facelift. Do that, but my heart goes out to you for losing your husband. Still with you, just in a different way. Partner maneuvers in New Orleans. I'm sure that there are people new. Hey, I think in New Orleans is we have one of our, actually, Vicky Martinez is in New Orleans, I believe. And Vicky Martinez was season 1 winner of The Voice. She's an artist, and she's also in our programs. She's in New Orleans. Go Vicky Martinez and say, hey, come do fascial maneuvers with me. Sure she'd do it. She's season 1 of The Voice winner. Yes, we are looking for partners. We are doing in-person events through the United States, late March, early April. And we're looking to do 3 to 4 events. We're looking for LA again. We're looking for Austin. We're looking for New York, and we're looking for someplace in Florida. We're looking for people that have a local market presence. And I mean, and I'm not talking 50 or 100. I'm talking you have media, you have presence. You can draw thousands of people. If you're in that category, you know people in that category, let us know. If you're a media influencer nationally and you can draw, because what we want is we want specifically people in those markets who have the intellectual property that tell us where to go, where to set up. Yes, for this is for bar, it looks like barbellia. For your any maneuvers you can do besides stress, lower body for glutes, hip, hamstring. You can actually do for glutes, hips, hamstrings. You can do the essential maneuvers, which have pullover, which opens up the top of the glutes, swinger, which opens up the inside of the glute, and pretzel squat, which opens up the inside of the legs, and the barefoot sprinter routine number 2. Those combinations will help you. And if you can get a partner maneuver, you're really going to do it. And here's one that's not a maneuver. We don't have a video on it yet, but you take your hand, or you can take a towel, wrap it around. You can take my hands. I'm going to take the skin and wrap and turn it this way. So I'm going to turn it externally, and then I'm going to squat, turn my head away, and breathe. Now you can use a towel and tourniquet, do the same thing, and that will open up your hips, your thighs, your quads, also help with your liver, your stomach, gallbladder, and bladder function. Works like crazy. Yeah, thanks, Ronnie. It's not just actually, I know San Francisco in certain areas is clean. It's not about that. It's actually, to be honest with you, it's the people. It's like the town has lost, and we have people that have been exiting there for a while. We wouldn't even go to LA except for that's still a massive market. We don't have a big market in San Francisco. LA is massive. We have I don't know, maybe like 100,000 people in LA. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, I'm trying again. Fourth person not tried today. Bring up. Maybe it's the day I'm going to be talking. Yay!
Hello.
Hello, hello. What's your name?
Hello, Garry. How are you? Anwar.
Anwar? And where are you
Yes.
located, Anwar?
Kuwait.
Where? Go, Kuwait.
Kuwait, yes.
Oh, often on the broadcast we have Inistar there.
Yes.
She's in Kuwait. She's a princess. I've met with her several times. We're looking at coming over there sometime soon.
Hopefully, we're looking forward to see you here.
When's your birthday?
25th of August, 1971.
So you're still trying to fix everything.
Yes, I am trying.
Yeah.
Well,
How's it fixing everything going?
well, it's going accordingly, slow, but in a progressive way.
So what's the culture in Kuwait now? Like, how do you see it out over there?
That's a trick question.
Okay, let me ask you a more specific question.
Yes.
How are the women of Kuwait dealing with the trauma that's been
Well,
imposed upon them?
well, they are looking for ways. I know. Many are trying to look and read and listen, even to your show. I like being around your live shows. And you were trying, we're discovering or not discovering meditative breathing, and I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay, shoot. Well, I mean, don't shoot.
Well, I've been 2 cycles in before we know all this beautiful, beautiful transformation, information, and enlightening for what we are doing to ourselves and releasing the trauma that is stored within our body, to get better. I've been through 2 cycles of chemo, even before I know anything about these things, since 2006.
What was the type of cancer?
Breast cancer.
Okay, and okay, breast cancer.
breast cancer. And as for me, just one second. As for me, I did the mastectomy. I finished 2 cycles. It was a recurrent after I finished
Both
both.
or one?
Yes,
Okay.
both.
And
I,
did you have
I removed
implants?
the
Yeah.
second one. I removed the second one willingly.
Did you put implants?
No, it's from my flap
Okay.
app.
Yeah. Okay.
The abdominal
Yeah.
tissues, they replaced it, and yeah, they
Have
are
you
already
had
replaced it.
Have you had a lot of digestion issues since then?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what
And
my
your
question is,
mastectomy. Sorry, a couple other questions, because I want to
yes,
know exactly. Was it a cut this way, cut this way?
no, the mastectomy is like this, bilateral.
Okay, so they went this way.
They went this way,
Yeah.
and they replaced it. This one, I did a total mastectomy. The other one, when they did the reconstruction, they just removed the tissue. They left the skin.
Okay.
Just they removed
Okay.
it. That was
Okay.
a fine. I didn't had any issues with it, but I decided to remove it. At that time, they told me maybe it's going to happen again,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I mean, you made the best decision you
was
could at the time.
yes.
That's okay. Yeah.
Now about the numbness, it's a 2 cycles of chemotherapy.
And you
Is
numbness in your
it gonna get
fingers
better? Is it
here?
gonna get all my toes, my fingers, all over? You know, my relativity of pain is different than the regular people.
Is
You
it
know,
just
when I say
numbness, or do you get any like shocking?
no,
Or
no,
is it numbness, and
just
does it
numbness,
go
just
like
no, no,
every once in a while like
no,
that?
no, no, just
Okay.
numbness.
So my experience is, okay, so especially down here, there's this whole area flows up
Yes.
into here. So my experience is that when you get the minerals like the diatomaceous earth, which it helps the fascia rebuild circuitry, because the numbness is usually related to circuitry or information not getting there, because that's what it is. I can't feel it. That's what numbness is. I can't feel. So
It's
that
not
means that it's
really.
trying to feel into here, and there's a big block. So first and foremost, the partnered maneuver series, where you go like this and they pull, that helps to open up this area. And the other one where they pull the elbow and then they go like this, when a partner's holding you like this, and you lift and turn. Those partnered maneuvers on our website, those are the ones that open up the tissue into here. A lot of the numbness, because this is a heart meridian right through here, and this is the lungs right through here. So that's where a lot, and this is large intestine, which goes through here, which comes down
Okay.
here. So the partner maneuvers usually get the numbness out, but it has to be, in my experience, you have to have the minerals, the diatomaceous earth, the Irish sea moss, the bladder wrack. You have to get all those minerals back in, and you have to have large doses of silica.
Silica. Okay.
That's
Okay.
in the diatomaceous earth. And if you can't get diatomaceous, in Kuwait, no, I think she easily got diatomaceous earth there.
And this is it. This is the only answer for it, because after that, when I say I'm in not when I have a discomfort of a certain place in my body, especially my productive system or whatever, the period stopped from a long time, and now it's trying to make a surprise for me these days.
Yeah.
I'm 52. I am 52 right now, and
You look like you're like 30.
really,
You do.
thank you. Maybe because I'm trying to catch up with you, for with whatever we are trying to do.
Yeah.
So,
I I believe in the body's ability to regenerate and heal. I mean, I'm a living example. You can see my face changing literally almost daily sometimes. I go in and out, but I believe in the body's ability to heal. My body is physically better than it was when I was 18 or 17 or 16 years old. And I believe that as I give this more time like this, all of the issues, and I don't have an issue left that I don't have one issue in my body today that was an issue like 5 years ago or 10 or 15 or 30 years ago. So I believe that the body's ability to heal. And if we can, if we can cut off half our brain or cut out half of our liver and the body will regrow it, it's
Yeah,
going to reconnect all that stuff. It just needs the
there's
proper environment. And that
condition
environment is
environment.
minerals and movement.
True, true. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you for your time. Happy to be with you.
I'm looking forward to coming over there. I really am. The trauma in Kuwait that's been imposed upon the women specifically of Kuwait, and that causes generational trauma because they pass it to the generation. So I'm very, very, very interested. We were talking to Inistar about coming over and about setting up workshops and creating pods of people that can help, because really at this point it's national. It's every woman in Kuwait.
Perfect. Looking forward for being with you when you arrive. Thank you very much. Bless you. Thank you.
God bless. Does diatomaceous earth cause loose stools? Loose stool. Okay. You got a loose stool? Here's where I want you to go first. A loose stool typically is caused when bacteria from the small intestine makes its way into the large intestine. The reason is, and this bacteria is meant to be eating and digesting. When it gets into here, it's not supposed to be doing that. It just keeps going. So why that happens typically is a blockage in the ileocecal valve on the right side. So there's psoas release, which is part of the lower reset you can go to. And we pull up in here and stretch and then open this up. That's one movement. I encourage you to do an additional one where you put your hand there and stretch upwards and do the same thing. And then do the organ reset. Usually if you do that 3 times a day, your loose stool will go away. The reason why the minerals are doing that is your body's going to start processing. Initially, when you take diatomaceous earth, a lot of the stagnant water is going to start to come out of the tissue and be rebuilt, because your body's rebuilding the fascial tissue or connective tissue. I have a soft stool. I'm in Costa Rica. I am regular. It's bacteria. There's a lot of reasons for it, guys. Like if you're in Costa Rica, you're also in a situation where you have a lot less Wi-Fi, a lot less pollution, stuff that causes dysregulation in here. Your organs are highly sensitive to EMFs. And when you get out into nature, most people, if you go and spend a month in nature away from primary, all of the cell activities, all of the different neighbors, all of the pollution, most people's bodies start to detox and come out. Lisa's standing right behind me. She'll tell you. we go into Mayacon, and every time we go somewhere in nature, she just like craps and detoxes. It's like, what happened? What happened to Lisa? She like disappears for like 5 days,
Not that long.
3 days.
Not that long.
Comes out every once in a while to let us know that she's still alive. No, it's really, really natural, guys. I mean, even when I go into nature, like in Mexico, we are in a compound, but we're still in a city area. And there's still electricity around me. There's lots of people. There's lots of Wi-Fi signals. There's still lots of toxin. I mean, it's a lot healthier than everything else that I've been in a city or general area. But when I go back to Lions Bay, immediately my body, I can feel the body detoxing, because at Lions Bay, we are away from everything. And it's not just the chemical toxins, it's the signals, it's the people living beside you. It's Salam Hayat. Is Salam Hayat? What does it mean? Your stool is greenish color. It means that you've probably been eating something like green. Oh, I gotta tell you a funny one once. I was taking some chlorophyll and I forgot that I'd taken the chlorophyll. So some of you guys may know where I'm going with this. So I'd taken a bunch of chlorophyll on a day. I forgot that I'd taken it. I mean, like I take a couple shots. We were playing around with it. And then the next day, I had a movement, and it was all green like spinach green. And I'm like, what the heck happened here? What the heck? And it was just the chlorophyll. I've also done that with beets a couple of times where I've taken beets, and I'm like, oh my God, there's blood in my stomach. Oh, beets. Ulcerative colitis. The scientist who invented Power Kirk 30 had ulcerative colitis. He was Mr. North America. Power Kirk 30 was created as a solution to his ulcerative colitis. You'll find that it works really well. But in addition to that, the supplement Power Kirk 30 will work with the diatomaceous earth and the IRC moss. Usually it reduces symptoms within a couple of weeks. That's what we've heard from people and what we've noticed and the people that we've worked with. But it's the 28-day reset to rebuild the entire GI tract and get your body out of stress. Again, ulcerative colitis didn't come there in a non-stressed body. You've got a stressed body and you need to get the emotions out. You're holding a lot of grief. Yeah, red beets. Yeah, it was funny. I'm like, oh my God, I'm bleeding. Honey, I'm bleeding. Come here, look at this. Look at my excrements. Hey there, how you doing?
Doing good.
What's your name?
Benny,
Vinny. Hi, Vinny. Whereabouts are you, Vinny?
I'm from Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, from Alabama. Right
Yes, sir.
on. Awesome.
Yeah.
And what do you do in Alabama, Vinny?
I played college baseball. I started my career off in a small Division I in Louisiana, and now I'm back playing JUCO back at home.
And what position you play?
Catcher.
Oh, you're
Yes, sir.
catcher. So
Sir.
knees and lower back.
Yep.
Yeah. The lower reset and the barefoot sprinter routine were designed for you.
Perfect.
That routine originally was designed when I worked on Kerry Romo, who is the goalie for the Calgary Flames, and he had the knee surgery. So that was actually where I got those ideas.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And when's your birthday?
August 24, 2002.
August 24. Oh, another Virgo. Yeah. Wow. The girl on earlier was August 25th.
Yeah. Yep. So, but I had some other questions too. I've had 6 arm surgeries. I started off
Your right arm?
On my right arm, my throwing arm.
And what was
the
surgeries, out of curiosity?
I had my first one at 13. It was a medial epicondyle break. My tendon sliced my bone off. And then I had another one. They thought the nail they put in was causing the nerve to mess up. So they took the nail out.
Do you have any hardware in there now?
No, sir. I have none.
Okay.
So then the next one, they moved the nerve. They did an ulnar nerve transplant. And then I ended up having a slap tear in my shoulder. And then just started after that having some bony blocks in my elbow. And ended up just going back, and they found a lot of bone spurs in the back, and they took them out. But then yesterday I went there, got an MRI this time because I just got x-rays, and they showed they were like, this is something we haven't seen in your age. You got arthritis of a 7-year-old man, and there's more bone spurs.
It's in the actual tissue.
Yeah. So I have.
Okay. So how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this is common now in your generation. It's just that your generation, unless most of the people that are 21 haven't seen the surgeries that you've seen.
Right.
So in other words, the medical world hasn't had a lot of work with athletes yet at your age. They usually start to happen late 20s,
right,
and early 30s. So what's happening and what I've observed is that there's calcification of your fascial tissue. That's where arthritis starts, not in the bone itself, because the bones don't actually touch. It's a reduction of movement. Like if your fascia is like this, if I tighten it up, it reduces the movement. If I let it go. So where it tightens up first is in the calcification. So the very first thing is to reset. Why is this calcified? There's a couple things. Number one is the chemicals in your food set the pH of the body off. And number two is the lack of mineralization or hydration, because calcification literally is no hydration moving through those layers of fascia. Calcification is things like the collagen and the other liquids in there not being able to move. They become stagnant. The body sends, like when water piles at a joint, like a joint gets inflamed, the body sends all kinds of fluid there. If that fluid, if the body pH is off, then that fluid stays there, it gets calcified. It's the calcium deposits in the blood. So that also means that, which is also common with your generation, is that your body, your blood is taking calcium from your bones. So you have a mineralization issue is what I'm saying.
Right.
So the very first thing, diatomaceous earth, start at 1 to 2 teaspoons per day, get up to 5 teaspoons per day. Your body, your bones have more silica in them than they do calcium. This is a misnomer. Even most doctors and clinicians, they don't know the science of this generally. So you've got to get the silica in, because without silica, you can't absorb. Okay. The second thing is get the minerals, the Irish sea moss, and then get another one called bladder rack. Rack like WRACK, bladder rack. Between those two, Irish sea moss and bladder rack, you get 102 of the 102 minerals. Now you have the element of silica. Your body can rebuild. The bladder rack and the Irish sea moss will get all the water in that tissue that's supposed to be there. Then from there, the fascial maneuvers that you want to do is you want to do the, first of all, actually, is your left hip sore?
Yes, very. Actually, I thought I pulled something recently, so it's
Okay.
my
You want to do
left.
something with me?
Sure.
You want to do something? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. Okay, what you're going to do is try to squat. Just feel your left hip. Feel the tightness of your left hip so you know what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now take your both hands, go to your belly button, go left 2 inches and down 2 inches. So right above the hip bone right there. Pull the skin up really tight so you feel it stretching in the leg. Lunge forward with your right foot. Leaning back, look in the sky, and breathe deep through your mouth. Deep breath, let it stretch forward if you can. Try and drop the heel on the ground if you can. Okay. Come up, walk around a little bit. Don't worry about being on camera. Just walk around. Actually walk. Yeah. Okay, now I'll go back to a squat. Change your squat.
Yeah. it did.
Okay, so let's do another one, okay? Left leg. Feet up. So right foot this way, left one this way. So I'm going to step out here with my right foot facing the camera. Okay, I'm going to grab my leg and I'm going to take the leg and turn the skin outwards towards the back. Okay, and then I'm going to squat with both legs. Turn my head to my right shoulder and breathe. And really turn like you're twisting it. Okay, now walk around. And then go back to that squat. Way better, right?
Way better.
Move your right arm now. Does it feel like you got a bit more space in your right arm?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, so take your right arm like this. Take your left hand, grab the skin, and rotate it external. Like get right underneath and rotate it outward. Turn your hand all the way inward. Pull it down. Pull down on with your left hand, pull up with your right shoulder. And then lean over to your left and move around and breathe. Turn your head to the right, look at the shoulder, and then stretch the arm out like this and pull. Okay, cool. Move the shoulder around. Feels better, right? Okay, squat again.
Definitely is better there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so basically, and then the elbow, take your right elbow, go like this. Take your left hand, turn the skin external. Okay, both of you, lean over to your left, turn your head to the right, and breathe in. Deep breathing. Now take your right foot, step behind your left foot and back. And breathe. Okay, good. Walk around a little bit. Move that arm around.
And that's the other thing too. I think you can already see it, but the difference between that range and
Yeah, that's normal. How does your arm feel right now?
it definitely feels looser.
Okay, and then another one is take your right hand like this, take your left hand, grab the skin and rotate it towards you. Rotate the hand away, and then like you're pushing through a glove, like you're trying to put a glove on and stretch and go like this. And then squat. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now move around, walk around a little bit. You feel like your whole body's lighter.
Yeah.
Okay, so the prescription for you, the medication is movement and minerals.
Okay.
So you'll get rid of the calcification in your body that's causing the arthritis by taking the supplements. DM me afterwards. I'm going to send you some supplements, but I'm going to also tell you what to get on there too. Because I want you to get the diatomaceous earth and the Irish sea moss. If you can bath in it as well, the diatomaceous earth with the borax, it will help the calcification go away faster. And then there's, to start off with, there's on our website, there's an upper reset and a lower reset. Do one of those each day.
One of the lower and upper.
Yeah, and then the barefoot sprinter routine number 2. So it has a lot of the movements that we were doing. It has a lot of the movements that we were just doing in that routine, and that will get you a good start. You'll see other ones like elbow release, wrist release, hand release you can play around with, but those are your basic go-tos. And you start doing those on a daily basis, and you'll have a change right away. And then later on, you could add, like I would do like one time per week, do the full 45-minute class. And the reason why is because like part of your reach in your arm comes from your lat. And when you do like pull over, you're stretching into the lat. And you don't need that every day, but those are the other ones will give you enough diversity in your movement pattern. Yeah. You can get rid of the arthritic effect in like 2 months.
Perfect.
Like completely. And then the movement, you gradually get it better. And then the last thing is there's partnered maneuvers on our website. Now, those partner maneuvers are highly effective because what you're doing like this is doing by yourself. Now, if somebody's yanking on your arm and you're pulling like this, it's going to be 100 times better.
Right.
So, partner maneuvers will help you a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so
Get your
much.
trainer, your coach, your parents, or somebody. Yeah, and it's as you unwind this, there's a lot of emotion around this, and you have a tendency to want to fix everything in your life. So it's showing up in your body. So you don't have to fix everything.
Right.
You don't have to know everything. Just
Keep going.
Hakuna Matata.
Yep. I hear you. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, and send me a DM. I'm gonna send you some supplements out. We're like, I'm really concerned about like where my energy goes. I have a lot of pro athletes, but I don't even care about the teams anymore because they take our stuff and they use it and they pump them out. I really want to spend time where you're at because 80% of the athletes get injured. That affects them later in their life and they never make the pros anyways. Like
Right.
98% of people don't make the pros, but 80% get injured and have really bad effects because I was fixing them when they're 40 and 50 and 60 years old. And they still have their college injuries, right? And there's no need for that.
Yep. Yes, sir. Thanks again. I'll send that DM. Thank
Yeah.
you. Have a great day.
Great talking to you, Vinny.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, athletes, college athletes, super, super important. I really, really want to support them. Marion Watterson. Yeah, that's really quick. You can see, look at this is somebody who's got all these medical diagnoses. Hi, Marion Watterson. How are you?
Well, I'm surprised. This
Is that your artwork behind you?
is my artwork, yes.
Wow, what is that?
Well,
Let's see.
so I was playing it with a grand piano in the background, and I was envisioning that it was like the earth and the ether and just a creative pour.
Right. All right. So when's your birthday?
May 23rd.
Oh, you know something? I was gonna say you were a Taurus, but you're not.
Cuspy. It's a cusp.
Yeah, you're cuspy. Yeah. I mean, you could be. I mean, you could be a 0 degree, but you're probably a Gemini.
Yes. And I am prepared if you ask further questions.
Hey, put up your hand. Put up your hand.
Put up my hand.
Yeah. Let me see your hand. Let me see. Yeah, you're a Gemini. Geminis have longer fingers. Tauruses have shorter fingers.
Okay. Well, I do have long fingers.
Yeah. And do you have your chart with you?
I do so.
Okay. So what's your degree of Gemini? Are you
So my sun
1 degree?
is 1.
Yeah.
My moon is Scorpio 11.
Whoa! Don't want to cross you.
No, not really,
Hey.
but I'm working on it.
Okay.
My ascendant is Libra 19. So my rising.
That's really actually powerful because that's a Taurus Libra rising. Taurus from the heart, Libra is balance. And what's really good when you got Libra and Gemini together is Gemini's two sides of the brain. Libra is balancing. So they work. So in other words, your ego supports your brain. Like I have one of my close friends, Dr. Ala. She may or may not be on here right now. She's like Gemini Grandmaster, and her ego is Gemini, and she's Gemini, and it's like when she's on one of those Gemini rants, it's like there's no balance anywhere left.
I gave birth to a Libra also on the 23rd.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, really? On the 23rd?
Yeah, the 23 really shows up for me, and he's 6'10".
Sorry.
Please, we're clearing, aren't we?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of it. Actually, a lot of my face is changing, my chest, my shoulders, opening up these layers of fascia right around my spine and my lungs. I've been having a lot of mucus come up last couple of days.
I've had a lot of emotion coming up the last, well, really like peaking on the new year.
Yeah, for sure, because the December is your anti, the equinox is your anti, it's your opposite self. So coming into the new year, you were like having all this energy about change and about who you are and changing your identity and changing your public image and what people think of you and how you're going to communicate and how you're going to show up, and all that was there. Well, then the reality of the equinox came for you, and it's like, now I got to implement all that stuff. And now you're a Capricorn. And so all your control mechanisms are being plucked out of the way. And
Yeah. It's like my plumage is, I'm molting.
yes. Yeah. And you know, Geminis are really becoming new, they're learning new ways to communicate with themselves and the world. And and they're showing up differently. Like a lot of it was, you know, in your head doing stuff, not concerned about what the other part of the world is, but now becoming more concerned about how you show up and how you affect the world.
It's what I feel is being pulled. Maybe I want to use the word pulled, and I know that Cynthia was also referencing just 2023, how much really was coming to this awareness from the overthinking that can go on. You know, I'm still here. Where is that? Where am I donning that? And I did have 2023 had a lot for me. I put on a show in Vancouver at the Fringe Festival. And
Are you in Vancouver?
I'm in Vancouver.
Oh, cool. Whereabouts?
I've met you at the beach. I came with my partner, and I'm having something is shifting in my relationship.
Did I randomly meet you at the beach?
No, I came. It wasn't random. I mean, I came, and then I did.
Oh, you're like a Gemini. You came and stalked me at the beach.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Good.
And I did come to the live event that you were just at in December.
Was that at our beach in Secret Beach up there in Calvin Grove?
It was in Kitsilano.
Oh, okay. Now I remember, at the Rocks. Okay, right.
And then to the in-person when you guys were in the
now I remember. Now, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm putting it all together now.
Yeah. And I've tried to come on live a couple of times and got spun out, and now here it is. And I have to own it. So I'm having a major like divinity shift of something going on, and I'm aware that it's greater than my awareness, and I get a lot of messages, we'll say. Okay. I was born because I come from purebred Freemason. So I was ultimately created in a ritual to be utilized for ritual abuse. And I'm still efforting to separate myself from this Masonic hold that I get affected or impacted by. And I have only just stated this last year because it's so much. It's just too much for people to comprehend, but I think that you can comprehend it. So
I very, very much comprehend it. That's why I became a whistleblower back in the days and that's actually a lot of the reason why I became a healer.
Thank you. So sword-bearing father, instantly abused at birth. I'm still remotely viewed, and I learned at a young age when I would see, and people still shapeshift in front of me, and I learned to stop articulating that.
Well, because you were born in a ritual, you were born with special abilities.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point. That's the whole point, is to birth the special abilities and then draw from those abilities.
Yeah. So very much so. So I will say that I have been. I guess I will say I've been scared by my own abilities, but also I'm like extraordinarily, and I know that if you say it, I also balance with this. If you have to say something, like, you don't have to say or declare what is true, but then how do you tell someone on the other side of you what is true or not true? In meaning, if somebody says I'm really trustworthy, often they're not, and that's why they say it. So what I want to say is, like, I'm this incredibly sensitive, very loving, I feel extremely divinely connected, that God has me here, that he works through my being and I get taken over. I don't have control over it, and things will come through me, and I can't then tell you what it is. And so I have had my hand up to tell you that I've had craniotomy, so grade 3 oligodendroglioma in my right frontal lobe, and oftentimes and it's my second tumor I've grown, that it's like my, oddly, initiation in this skin suit.
Yeah.
And
So there's like, what I can tell you in my own journey, because in every industry and everything I did, somebody popped up to take me down. And at first I
yes,
thought, what are the chances? And then I realized it's not what are the chances. They knew who I was. And there's a lot around this. Without going too far into baking the story, is that what trumps ritual, what trumps ritual and process in this world is evolution and shift, and they can't stop evolution and shift, and we're in that process right now. There, like, for example, I say stuff every day that people get canceled for every day, and the question is, how do I do that? I have a lot of other media people. They're like, how can you say that? I say it once and I'm done. And it's because there's an intent behind it. The old story left you on the 21st. And on the 21st of December was the old story. That was the final act of the old story. So you still having, the reason why it feels so junky, you're going to feel, most likely on Monday, you're going to feel like you have a near-death experience on Monday, specifically.
okay.
And then by next Friday, you're going to feel like, whoa, something's up, right? And something's changed, and you start to grasp it. Is the mechanisms of control that have conscripted you into the life that you're in are no longer valid, and the only thing that keeps them valid right now is your belief that they are valid.
I can feel the 21st. I flew to Calgary, but to Cochrane, to be with so I separated from my son's father when he was a year and a half. For the first time in 22 years, it was myself, my son, his father, and then his grandmother. And I went to this, in Cochrane, there's this amaryllis garden that has alchemy crystal singing bowls and grotto sonora gongs. And I went there on the 21st. After being with that, I felt like I had family for the first time, because I'm pretty much excommunicated from. Anyway, there was a big pivot shift for me on that particular day, and then I sort of succumbed to not feeling well, blood out of my nose,
Yeah,
out of my throat,
that's
and then I
the
came
old
back.
going away. That's the old going away.
Okay, this is incredible confirmation. And
Yeah, it's a healing mechanism, because and this is for everybody listening to this, but you came into the world in a different way, and so you're gonna have a different experience, a more amplified experience. But anything that doesn't resonate with the higher good of somebody moving forward, it's going to start coming out of them like blood coming out of a wound, or like maggots coming out of a dead carcass, depending on what it is after Monday. And we the world is evolving, and all of the old practices of domination and control, which are part of our genetic makeup, are being shed away. And so the energy's gone, and it's like glue. It's like pulling us up. And whatever's sticky is also the old beliefs, the old programs. And there are some people that are going to hang around in that old lifestyle, that old belief system, for a long time. And that's where the world splits. And that's what we've been talking about for some time. You're going through that. You can tell because you've already got the markers. You've already got the stuff that's happening to you. Yeah. Old story gone, new story.
Well, yes, and that was partially doing the show, and I did have Gabor Mate show up at my final performance, which was I wrestled like a vulnerability situation, and I was speaking out because I've visually felt myself like sucked back away, like what's the bigger, like to see things from away from this, from being here. So boy, do I love it when and you know, great point, you're not canceled, because you'll say things that I'm like, okay, thank you, somebody is verbalizing that, and boy, does that help. That help? It helps.
You know, like there's a point in time, I can tell you the time that the control mechanisms that suppressed me and worked against me. I could tell you the exact day that it stopped. And I documented everything that went up to that day. And there's a shift inside of me. And I no longer choose to fight. Like it used to be, I'm with the white hats or the black hats. Well, there's a third option now. I'm with neither. And that third option, the people that are still in the fight are going to have the problems, and a lot of them are going to rise out of it. But it's the people in the fight.
I don't like the word fight.
Yeah, so, it's not even a revolution. Revolution already happened. It's now it's an awakening. It's awakening to what already has happened,
which is just it's our isness. It's I'm grateful to breathe. Really.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Again, I can't even. I mean, I had my own ritual issues, but I can't even imagine what you went through as a child.
It was extremely. Whoa! Was it? It was such a. It was such a challenge to stand up, and I used like collars and everything, and I had this 8-foot velvet tee turn into a cross. I wore checkerboard shoes. I did so much nuanced symbolized, because it's so much. It is. We're not speaking the same language. It's so I say that because the words, whatever, the sound, it's the images, the symbolism, just the feelingness of it, the sounds of things.
Yeah.
I don't, maybe it's like reclaiming, but I actually think it's just refilling the thing that exists in us all. And I have this great, boy, do I just think, is this my year to beam? Like, am I really going to beam?
It is. They can control the animal in us, but they can't control the alien in us.
Yeah.
We're evolving as a species. It's just, I mean, I see enough evidence to say, you know, even from a medical scientific point of view, I see enough evidence to say that. So, I mean, it's really easy to look back and go, in 2023 to 2025, in history shows that this is when humans change. It's easy to go and look at that in 30 years or 50 years, but the real mastery is to look at it now, recognize it, and lean into it. We're changing.
And I don't really have, I think I have suspended the desire to question.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter anymore. It's all old story.
And I don't think we ever really get an answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's part of
But
it.
sharing,
It's to be okay to it's to be okay to it's to be okay in the unknown. We were designed to experience. And when we give certainty, we take away a large part of our experience, but we were taught certainty is what we want. I want to be certain. I want to be certain in this relationship, with this job, with this life, where I live. I want to be certain, but that certainty limits the human experience.
I
That
don't think
the
we can
whole
ever
human
have that.
we don't. We're taught that we do, but we don't. We're supposed to experience. Like if it's like without the experience, we don't live. We start to die.
Well, it's that I suppose that because I was really small and young and I was behind the scenes of, I was in the unexplainable, like, power control cult. So when I was able to see that things happened right in front of people's faces and people were still completely disassociated that it actually just took place, or
Yeah.
an alien had just landed really right there, and people were like, no, I can't, that's not happening. I learned that it, like, we can't explain things, there aren't answers, and get out of your own way.
I'm looking forward to see I've given up everything in my life, and I'm going to have experiences now. I show up every day to create a trail of breadcrumbs so people can follow and have those experiences. But basically, the rest of my life, I'm going to be out there experiencing, and I'll be sending postcards. That's for sure. But I'm going to be experiencing.
Amen to that.
Well, I look forward to coming back to Vancouver and getting to see you again.
And I look forward, because I've just started the lifestyle artist program.
Yeah,
I want to come and play in person with the people.
yeah. That's where all the fun happens. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to create postcards.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Well, I'm glad that you're starting the Lifestyle Artist program. We'll see you around soon. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah, fascinating. Thank you for sharing that. There's a world out there that doesn't really believe that this stuff happens. Well, it does. Ritual abuse, born into on specific days into ritual abuse. Yeah, it's right into the times. Sometimes it's like I have had my share of stuff to see that I can't unsee. That makes sense. Uh, Go to my health. Go to my health. Go to my health. Wellness. Last few days, hands numb or achy, lots of bloating. If you're getting bloating, hello.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Amy.
Hi, Amy. And where are you, Amy?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Are you an Aries?
I am a Sagittarius.
Oh, you're sad.
But
When's your birthday?
it's December 20th, though my mom tells me I was a month late. I was supposed to have been
Hold
born.
on. Do you know your degree? Are you a 29 degree or 28 degree?
I don't know my degree. How do I figure that out?
Yeah, you can drop it into astro.com. Are you on? Do you have a computer with you right there as well? Do you know your birth time?
Ish.
Okay.
My mom tells me the time she thinks it was.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll tune in for you. So put it in, go to astro.com. Let's figure this out right now. Because I'm December 20th too.
Oh, wow.
So you might be calling on the new moon for a very specific reason. And if you are, I'd like to figure it out right now.
Okay, let's see. The computer is not working with me right now. Let's see.
Okay. Just thinking about computer. Can you bring my computer? Here, let's check it out. Let's do this.
Okay.
I got a computer here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you might be calling for a very specific reason. So let's figure that out if you are. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, I got it here. Okay, so let's do this. It's Amy, right?
Correct.
Okay. And Amy, December 20th. And where were you born?
Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, Columbia, South Carolina. Wow, that's a Columbia. South Carolina. There you go. And what year?
That was 84.
1984. Okay, and what time did your mom think you were born?
12:04 p.m.
That actually feels right.
Say that again.
That feels right, actually. It's not going to change that much, so. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's get in here. There we go. Yeah, I know why you're calling today. So you're a 29-degree Sagittarius, which means that the first 30 years of your life was a little difficult. Yeah, everything happens for you, by the way, last minute, and it always works out. But you stress about it balls all the way until the time it works out.
Absolutely.
You overthink your emotions, and you're always thinking about it, both sides. Your thoughts are always how to balance the extreme, the fun. You're always trying to figure out how to balance what you perceive your life is. So a lot of times this ends up into like you party hard, work hard. People don't understand that because it's like, hey, you got to stop this. You got to balance more. You're a grandmaster in relationships in Aquarius. So you're in relationships, you're all about fairness and community and equality, but at some points, and your relationship to the world is also like about how things work, technology and stuff like that. Like you really like that. But the rest of the world doesn't understand that because it seems disconnected. They want those relationships that are bound, and you're like, no, I want freedom. I want freedom in all my relationships with everything. You are, you get stuff done. You know how to get stuff done. You know how to work things and make them figure them out. Not, you're just really good at doing stuff. You open up. You're becoming. You are and you're becoming a spiritual teacher. So you really open up to things that have a spiritual aspect or teaching, sharing, and stuff like that. Uranus, I mean, not Uranus, but the planet. So in community, your emotions are very much the way you think about and process emotions is how you process in communities. So you can communities are in a community. It's what your heart believes, what you belong to, and you think about all your interactions, which would have made uncomfortable social situations with friends when you're growing up, not feeling like you're ever part of it, feeling separate from everybody else, wondering why everybody else can fit in and you can't. But everybody's attracted to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have your intuition is something you feel in your bones, and it's what your heart wants. You're definitely not afraid of examining the darker sides of life. And and there's a fear that you're not thinking about both sides enough. So you spend a lot of extra time thinking about both sides. But you are Sagittarius Pisces in your ego, so you're always looking to be the student and the teacher of all things spiritual, and you're becoming a spiritual balancer. So there's probably a lot of you that likes things like beauty and art and stuff like that, but uh, you're becoming a person who brings balance through experience and community, and that's why. So that's why it's been so tough for you up until this point, because you got to get the shit kicked out of you in the first 30 years, because then you have a high ability to relate to every person because you've had all these experiences, and the ones you haven't had, you've had in your head anyways.
Right. Wow. That was extremely on point.
Where do you live
Los
again?
Angeles.
We're in Los Angeles.
In Encino,
Encino? Okay.
the Valley.
Yeah, you're gonna send me a message
Okay.
afterwards. And I have a group of other 29 degree Sages that you should meet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would
They're
love
they're
that.
just like you.
That's great. That'd be great to meet other people like
Well,
me.
the reason why you're calling today is it's the conclusion of the new moon. So there's a lot of changes that have been happening for you since the equinox, which is your birthday. There's been a lot of changes. And are you having physical changes too?
Yep.
Has it been?
Yeah.
Have you been
More.
like letting stuff go?
Yeah, it feels like the more I'm trying to heal, and I do recognize and see the healing, though, there are more things that come up and end up happening.
Yeah. Basically, your body's in hyper mode of getting rid of everything. You're coming into your purpose. You're like Manchurian candidate. You've been activated, and you're coming into your purpose really, really, really fast. So it feels like you're driving. It kind of feels like you're driving into a wall, and you can see yourself driving into the wall, but somehow you know it's not going to hurt you.
Okay. Yeah, because at the same time as like, the two sides that you're talking about, like the same time that I'm trying to heal and be this person, I'm also trying to tap into that creative side and really excel at my job and tap back into like the kid in me that really enjoyed doing certain things and just having that wild imagination that sometimes,
What do you do what's your job?
choreography.
Dance. For
Within the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I mean, like anybody. I've worked with Madonna, her creative director, Stephanie Bruce, Derek and Julianne Hough. These are all my friends and clients, right?
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Amazing. Yeah. I'm more on the hip hop side.
Oh, more on the hip hop side. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, tough business there.
Yeah.
And it's changing. It's getting its ass kicked right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
TikTok is challenging the industry standards.
most definitely. But
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's nice that everyone loves to dance and wants to dance or wants to, express.
I want to dance with somebody.
Right. Right.
Well, you're coming into your own, but I think it's really important to go back what you said. Your intuition is right. Is to find that kid-like spirit, because that's where you're basically you're done being an adult, it's time to be a kid again. With just better skills, better coping skills. Because the last time you were a kid, you didn't really fit in, but now you're going to highly fit in. Like people are going to be attracted to you for everything. But it's letting go of the worry. You are imbued with fear, doubt, guilt, shame. That was like it was like it's like literally like painted on you when you were born. So so that's what you've been working through. Because are you 40 now? 30? 30? 40, right?
Almost, yep.
Yeah, yeah. So are you 39? Okay, this is your magic year.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
Yeah, this is your Sagittarius year. This is the year where you refine the student in yourself. You learn to believe in yourself this year.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always, I'm always trying to be a student and learn more, but at the same time, pass along the information that I do know. And so then that makes me a teacher as well. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll introduce you to a group of people, just like you, and it's because where the world's going, you got a lot of Aquarius in you, and you got a good balance of Gemini, which makes you functional. The world's going into this place where it's never been before, and literally 29-degree Sagittarius is what's taking us there,
Mm,
and that's
okay.
why there's this kind of this brooding sense of responsibility somewhere where you don't know where it comes from. Like, why do I feel so responsible for everything?
Yeah. Well, I always feel like it's because I had such great mentors and teachers, and they gave me so much that then I need to pass that along. Like that's kind of like my duty to pass along. And then any of the, like you're saying, those hard times, like I always want to tell other people about the hard times so they don't go through the hard times that I had to go through, or the bad lessons that I learned. So
Yeah, you're changing. You're definitely changing. But and it's interesting because you're in dance. That makes a lot of sense because you're to teach the world about beauty and art as a student and as a teacher. So that makes sense, teaching the world how to dance again, because technically, a fascial maneuver
uh-huh.
is dance.
Right.
That's what it is. It's just we're just teaching people the two-step again. And what happens is because we don't move in nature anymore, like in normal movement patterns, every part of our body has to move in order for us to be healthy.
Right.
And normal movement patterns, we no longer move. We don't move our arms. We don't raise in any part of society. And dancers will do it, but
Yeah.
outside that, nobody does it anymore.
Yeah.
And these movement patterns affect the way that we process our world.
Yeah.
And so what a fascial maneuver is literally we hold still on the outside as we breathe and the counter rotated, it forces the movement of the fascia inside. It eliminates injuries and stuff like that. That's why I have a lot of dancers as clients.
Yeah. No, I definitely noticed that because I obviously had a ton of injuries throughout my years, especially being in dance, but also some that just happened. Like you said, like when I was younger, I had a disease in both my feet, so kind of deformed one of my right foot. But just a year and a half ago, I broke this wrist, and so now I have like a plate and 9 screws in it. And I actually wasn't able to move my arm
Now you're right,
for like almost.
right or left?
Is my right.
Right. Yeah.
And it actually has not healed properly. So like this is as far as I can turn it over.
Yeah.
And
There'll be a time where we can in a couple of years the surgery is going to be better. You can remove all
well,
that.
that's what I'm planning on after I have a little downtime break. I'm getting it removed out because I do feel like it's blocking. It's blocking.
Jennifer Beals, 27 degrees south.
Okay.
Um, in Vancouver, same break, same area, same surgery. Just had it. It's Christmas, just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Or fall. Sorry.
It was pretty intense too, but it was also, I think, because because I'm so in tune with my body, I disconnected from my arm so that I didn't have to take any pain medication, so that I wouldn't feel the pain, because it was dislocated for like 3 weeks and broken before I got the surgery. So trying to reconnect back to the body was really it was an interesting process.
The partnered fascial maneuvers
Okay.
are really, really good. Equay, who does she's a coach. She does online events like on Monday. She's a dancer, and she's really good at it as well. You can take whatever classes you help her out, but if you get somebody to partner maneuver with you, and the ones where you pull and you reach out and stuff like that, and then the upper body reset will help you. I'll give you some more specific instruction, but for dancers, the partner maneuvers take dancers and take all their problems and get rid of it and right away.
Awesome. I'm excited to do them then.
Yeah.
How much,
So
work helps. Because we actually have an osteopath doctor with us on the
you
job
need
that
it.
I'm on, and she a lot of
And
fat, and it definitely like is a night and day difference when she lays on my arm. I'm all
Yeah.
of a sudden
you can do more with fascial maneuvers than any practitioner could do for you. So,
yeah.
I mean, listen, I've had care my whole life,
Mhm.
and I have zero care. I don't even have people work on me. I very seldom even get partner maneuvers. And every functional problem I've ever had in my body, my body is better than when I was a child.
Oh wow. Okay, well, shoot, I
Yeah.
love that, because I came into this world with issues already. So
Okay, well, listen,
you know.
send me a DM. Send me a DM. Say that we're on the live together. You're born December 20th. Tell them to forward over to me, and I'll send you some communication. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey, and we
Appreciate you.
are probably coming out to LA. Like we're just looking for somebody to partner with
Okay.
us to do an event there, because an event there probably be like 5,000 to 7,000 people, and we need somebody who's already in the market to help. But so I'll see you at some point soon.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, there's no accidents there on new moon. Manifest a new life, and I meet another version of myself. Thank you for showing up. 29 degrees. Raquel Shepard. How do you feel about PMF therapy? PEMF therapy, I found it's from my personal experiences. It worked really good when I had a lot of muscle skeletal tightness and problems and dehydration. I found it to be effective at that stage as my fascia started to open up and my body became hydrated with fascial maneuvers. I found it to be very non-effective. So like a lot of things, they work to a point and then they stop working. So I would recommend that most people, instead of PEMF, just go into fascial maneuvers, get your mineralization right, and you don't need it. That's the whole point. The whole point is the cure is in here. The cure is inside of you. Lead Aware, Lee Davis. How do you get a chart? Go to astro.com, or you go to, if you really want to dig into it, go to our app. Hey, Lee Davis.
Hi, Garry. How's it going? I did not expect to get on here. Wow. Okay,
Where
great.
are you from, Lee?
Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. So you're out there in that cold, miserable weather.
Oh man, we haven't seen the sun since like November. It's terrible, I gotta say.
You know what? If it wasn't for you in Toronto, I couldn't be here. Somebody has to stay and keep the doors open in Canada. So you're just making sure that all the snow is there and everything gets shoveled. Otherwise, I couldn't leave. I'd have to stay.
Doing our best. Doing our best.
When's your birthday, Lee?
January 30th.
Oh, you're Aquarius. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why you're so good looking. Oh,
Is that
all the Aquariuses are good looking, man. It's like I can't get it over it, right? So, do you know? Are you like a 8 degree Aquarius or?
I don't know the degree. I know I'm right on the cusp. I know I'm right on the cusp, I think. But at least I think that's Vedic astrology, so I actually don't know for Western.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people just follow whatever they say because they're both right.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've had mixed experiences with them kind of being right, so I feel like it's hard to discern which one is the right path. And yeah,
So what do you do in Toronto, Lee?
I'm healing from a really chronic 10-year life-threatening journey, and it's been really spiritual, intense, complex, and man, so yeah, I'm literally about this time last year I was 129 pounds on my deathbed, so I've kind of made some made some good recovery, and
So what was it?
just it was a mystery infection that was just never able to be found. I went through, I had my head split open in a car accident. That started 10 years ago. Then I started having neurological and physical issues. Then I went through this existential fragmentation. Like I lost all sense of self. I went into existential terror for about 7 years. The void kind of, and that drove me down a really wild path trying to find answers. Ended up in Africa, did an initiation there, went well, but then I ate a meal and got like this infection, and basically was, and
I
then
get it. I get it. Do you have a spiritual side? I guess you do, right?
I think I don't even know if I have a human side. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, the powers to be are trying to get your attention.
I've been trying to listen. I feel like I've been trying to listen. I'm just stubborn, I guess. Oh.
Well, Aquarius is usually need a little extra roughing up in the body.
Mm.
It's like Aquariuses are like the mafia in the body. It's like oh you can't touch me, right? And it's like so I find Aquariuses when they get it in their body, they usually get a little bit worse. Do you know what your moon and rising is? Okay.
Yeah, Sagittarius rising, and moon is Libra.
Yeah. Okay, so the girl that just was on,
Yeah. Yep.
you're literally her
Oh,
opposite.
okay. Yin to yang.
Yeah. And you're back up with her. I just do this all by intuition, by the way. I pick people by intuition, not by when they press the button. So basically, without looking at your whole chart, which I actually do want to see, the reason why my experience in dealing with thousands of people in some circumstances is that you're clearing something out of your body. Like I believe we have multiple states of awareness. Like I found people that look identical to me doppelgangers, exact doppelgangers. And I believe that we have multiple states. Think about a tree. It has a branch and it has the leaves. To the undetecting eye, all those leaves are identical. But if I take a really close look at them, everyone is unique. But if I look at their genetics, they're all the same. And so what's happening is that we have all of these. If consciousness, if you think about it, can't be unique. I mean, I'm unique to some degree, but I'm still like a leaf on a tree. Like I'm still like all the other leaves. And consciousness has its tentacles out there and it's collecting all kinds of information, experience. And I'm just part of the experience that consciousness has. So there's more of me around there. And when I become aware of my situation, I'm like I'm the leaf on the branch. It goes, okay, I'll take it for all the other leaves. Okay, give it all to me. So all of the energy seems to come through a certain person or group of people who are aware, and we clear trauma or karma, you might want to say, for other states of awareness.
Collectively, almost. Another way to
Correct.
frame it.
Yeah, and the way so in my group, that girl I was talking to before, I have a group of 29 degrees. I have a whole bunch of their Sagittariuses, and as I go through my issues and my body changes, their body's changing, but they're not doing it. And I was laughing she might even be on here, Debbie Griffiths, and it's like her hair is getting like blonder instead of gray. Same, she looks like me, same eyes, everything. I mean, looks like me. And I'm like, and she goes, it looks like I've been working out. I'm getting more muscular. I haven't done anything. And I'm like, no, that's me.
Mm.
Now it's time for you to do your work because I want the benefit. But I believe that that's what happens, and that's why people like yourself. Oh, there's Debbie right there. I believe that. I believe that that's why it happens. Is that you're clearing for other states of awareness, and if I don't personalize it, if I think why me, then I become a victim. But if I go, it's me. I'm the one that gets to do it. I'm not a victim. I'm just like, come on, I'll figure it out.
Can I share something, Garry?
Please.
I feel like that was definitely my experience after I came back from Africa for a few years, and the dreaming and the visions and the things that I was going through. I could clearly sense that. But I also had a condition that became very difficult, which is called mast cell activation syndrome. If anybody is had,
I know.
oh man,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
and it took 3 years to find out that that's what it was.
Yeah.
But then my body reached a point where I was so emancipated from not being able to eat and sick that the process that I was going through, the spiritual process that I felt like I felt impurposed by, I felt like, okay, this is guiding me. I can get through whatever it is because there's something that's happening that
Sure.
I'm a part of. It's like it stopped. And that was about a year and a half ago, kind of getting my health back. And now I'm trying to like pick that up again. And it's interesting because the health challenge has pivoted. So I didn't have this 10 years ago, but I did get hit by a car, head split open. It was a real bad accident. I kind of was okay, but now I've found that that my brainstem is pinched. I have high grade lesions on my upper cervical spine. I just had to go for a procedure like 3 weeks ago. It's gotten to the point where I can't even walk around the block. So when I've tried to do the maneuvers, and I just want to take this into a grounding question. When I try to do the maneuvers, I can't get past 1 to 2 days before I'm having horrible pain. And the problem is like I know that like fascially, like I need support. Like my body needs to click out of what it's stuck with. But every time I move my neck or do something, and I've actually tried to reach out to you guys in the past. I'm like, is there some modification I can do? Like how do I modify for this? Because I can't turn my head. I can't do any of this stuff without exacerbating my challenge at this stage, at least.
Yeah. So your vestibular is off on both sides.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, but you want to do something with me right now?
Sure. Do I have to stand?
If you can stand. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And put your phone. Do you have somewhere you can put your phone at eye height?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find a spot so I can.
Like a window seal or something like that. Yeah.
Is that decent?
Yeah. I mean, how far down are you looking?
I can bend it down more. I just.
No, I mean, can you put it up more?
Oh.
A window seal or something, or a wall, or whereabouts are you located again, sorry? In Toronto, right? Okay.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's a bit better.
Okay.
Okay, what we're gonna do here is stare right at the camera with your eyes, and then keep your hands at your side. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your head all the way to the right while you're looking at the camera, as far as you can. Hold it when you get to that far point where you can still see the camera. Close your eyes, keep them closed, and come back to center, and then open them up. Okay. Now do that again. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Close. Keep them closed and come back to center. Open.
Oh, that's so. It's interesting. I can feel that, like my heart releasing when I'm doing this. I can feel it.
Yeah. I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, open up again. Do it again. Okay, close. Come back to center. Open. Good. Do it again. This time go a little further if you can. Okay, hold it there. Feel your glutes as you close your eyes. Come back to center. Close your eyes. Come back to center. Feel your glutes change. Okay, good. 3 more. Close. Good. Close. And one more. Okay. Good. And that's your right side, right?
Yes.
Okay, take your hands like this. Go down and fall with your eyes only. Keep your nose at your other hand to your bottom 45-degree angle. Follow down with your eyes. Slowly come back up.
Is this a vagus nerve release? I can feel all kinds of stuff happening in my body.
Yeah, it's going to affect all of those areas because the whole idea of how nerves work and how they work in the body, I just don't buy into any of it anymore. They're all encapsulated in this fluid called fascia, and this fascia is dynamic and sometimes it's not. And when it's not dynamic, we have problems.
Garry,
Okay.
you've inspired me. I just want to interrupt for a second. I took a couple drops of urine the other day, and because I got mast cells, so
Yeah,
it works. Like
it does work, doesn't it? I know.
I gotta build up to it and kind of shift and get mentally ready to.
Mentally ready. Listen. I get people all the time. They're like, "I loved everything about Human Garage, and this. Now you're doing this one post. I'm out of here." And I'm like, "Holy smokes! Thank you for clearing the way for some other people to come here because it's like."
Brought me in. I've always liked your work, and then I was like, oh, fuck, urine therapy. This sounds really cool.
Okay, now go walk somewhere and tell me what you notice between your right and left side.
Okay. You know, it's hard to say what I notice. I just notice my neck, sort of like I notice this sort of section inside of my neck.
Feels like it has more space.
Yeah, it could be a way to describe it. It's less tense. Yeah.
Okay, so walk a little bit more and then try to feel the whole right side, arms, hip, everything. Just walk. Don't worry about being on camera. Just walk.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I gotta say, I just still feel so much like the problem that I've felt, which manifested out of nowhere slowly, is this like, you know, I couldn't even take a step. Like all of a sudden, from being somebody who could.
Yeah. How does it feel now, though?
I feel that weakness there. I feel this. It's
Okay.
hard. I'm
Okay,
saying
it's okay. So what we're doing is I'm building information in your nervous system. It's like reprogramming. So let's do it the opposite way. Head to the left, staring. Oh shit! I need to do this for myself. Get all the way out, stare, come back to center. My body's been changing a lot, so I actually do this on a regular basis.
oh, this one makes me nauseous.
There you go. Now we're getting to it. Also monitor the stiffness or tension in your glutes. Oh man, that felt really good. Okay, so now I want you to do the opposite 45-degree up with this one. Try and keep your nose straight. Yeah, there you go. Come on down. Track it with your eyes the best you can. Try to follow it all the way. It takes about 3 times to even get the tracking. Good. Okay, now I can feel it kicking in.
Yeah, so can I.
Yeah.
You're like a barometer, Gary.
I am.
I love it.
We all are. We just don't know it. And when we become sensitive enough in our bodies, oh, there it is. So do me a favor. Say, I'm opening up my heart.
I'm opening my heart,
I'm learning to trust what my heart wants.
learning to trust what my heart wants.
I'm ready to speak my truth.
I'm ready to speak my truth.
I'm ready to speak the truth of my heart.
To speak the truth of my heart.
I'm ready to let go of the trauma that I've held in my body.
I'm ready to let go of the trauma that I've held in my body
Right
now.
Okay, now go walk. What do you feel?
In all honesty, I feel a lot of pain up here. A lot of my legs feel different. Like the hips down to my feet feel a bit different. I definitely feel that there was things moving from my heart, and just I can feel the energy moving. I've become hypersensitive since I've been going through this journey.
Okay, so take your ears, scrap them, do a double ear torque, and then open and close your jaw. Open, look up and open and close. Chin to chest, open and close. Look up to the right, open and close. Look up to the left, open and close. Okay. Move around a little bit. It's good when pain comes up when you do something, especially like that, because what you're doing is you're drawing a new dynamic in the body. Pain that stays the same is bad. Pain that moves is really good because it's telling your body where to go next. What does that feel like right now?
Yeah, it feels a little, it feels a little less tense.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So,
I keep everything
take your
even though I may not notice it here, I'm noticing energy shift every time something. Like I can feel it from my heart center. I can feel
it's opening up your heart and speaking your truth. That's what's been blocked for you. And so your body's going to keep your field of energy is going to keep bashing your body until you get that lesson. Okay? So take your left hand, pull it down on your throat so you stretch. So when you look up, you feel stretching. Take your right hand, put it above it like you're choking yourself, split it apart, pull it apart, squat, look up, and breathe. Okay, move around a little bit.
that brings up anxiety.
Yeah. Are you taking minerals, by the way?
Yeah, I'm maybe not the best ones, but I am taking a full complex, and
Are you taking silica?
I just finished my silica, but but
after this, send me a DM. I'm going to send you some high doses of power perk. You got the the issue is this, and this is my opinion. I'll qualify this for all the medical professionals. This is my opinion. So, the contusions in the back and the surgery, the cutting, the right there is a bladder meridian, it's sphere. So it.
Can I
Sorry, go ahead.
Here, just to give you more clear context, it wasn't a surgery. I went in for stem cells because my ligaments. So I'm trying to avoid surgery.
Okay.
Because otherwise it would be fusion surgery, which like I
Okay.
really.
Yeah. So that's dehydration and compression, and it's the bladder meridian, which is fear, and it's speaking your truth and opening up your heart. So causes. That's the action that the body causes, which causes in the cervical curve, which is supposed to be like this. That's what causes the compression, the pinching. Okay. So the tissue needs to get hydrated, and the only way it can get hydrated, if you can take all the right stuff, but it has to be pulled, stretched like this, pulled like this, hair pull, anything to get tissue from here. The other one like this, where you grab in the middle of the back, and you go down like this. It's to elongate the tissue that goes from the head all the way back down to the tailbone, back down to the Achilles. And as much focus has to be put into your sacrum and pubic bone area as it does up here and here. Because if this is tight here, it pulls you into your body and you have to stretch up.
Yeah, in the early stages, that's what I was noticing. It was going from if the neck wasn't sore, the tailbone was.
Yeah. So there are in Toronto, there's a group of people that meet that do partner maneuvers.
Oh, I'd love to connect. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kettle Buddha is he kind of runs that group. So Kettle Buddha will just reach out to him.
I'll drop it in.
We'll just drop it in right now. And the partner, like the belly button torque, ileocecal valve release and bladder release, is going to take this tension that goes like this, that tension from there, it's going to open that up so that you get expansion in there. Because this goes back to why you're here. You're coming into why you're here. You're going to be okay. Like the hard part's over.
Yeah, it is over. I just have to keep putting the work in. I think I have to keep going. I've gone through the hard part, and
Yeah.
I was in isolation for 5 years because of the internal process, and
Yeah.
now
that was your prison.
Yeah.
It means you're going to do great things. Mine had bars on it.
Yeah, I heard you say something about that. Is that what?
I was detained for 27 months. I wouldn't give the government access codes to my encryption server.
Canadian government.
No, U.S. worse.
That is worse.
Canadians is a cakewalk. I was in there with guys who killed presidents and terrorists.
Garry, that's wild,
It was-
man. I heard you say.
Yeah, it was the best experience of my life, though. I would never trade anything for it. I mean, even right now, you're coming through something. You will know soon. In a couple of years, you'll know why that was there. Right now, when you're in it, it's hard to really grasp why, but you'll grasp why. I mean, send me a DM too. I want to get your birth information. I'll run your chart because in your chart, I'll know the answer, and I'll tell you what I think. But I just generally where you're coming out of with what you just told me, and you're backed up against like. You can't just look at you. You have to look at how you show up, where you show up, when you show up, and the circumstances in which you showed up. You showed up against another one of me, which is a 29-degree Sagittarius, who had the same markers as you right behind you, literally the girl in front of you. There ain't no accidents that those energies are colliding here right now. And she has all this Aquarius in her, tons of Aquarius. I just read her chart online.
Right.
Basically, you guys are like versions of each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, something that I I've been internally struggling with that's had me on the edge of, and I don't, take my own life for some time, was the process that I went through, and in that I lost all sense of individual will, sort of, and direction and purpose. And so as I'm coming through it, and kind of things are slower than I'd hoped.
You know, the best way to find out what you want to be in your life is to be very clear what you don't want to be. You're given a gift that most people don't get. You're given a wall in which you cannot back up against and you can't go through. Most people spend their life trying to figure out like a willow in the wind. When you're put into a situation like that, you know exactly where you were, and that propels you to where you're going to go. That's a gift, but you just don't see it yet. I promise you, you'll see it.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will. I'll send you guys a DM. Just
send me a DM, and with your birth information, I want to run your chart. Contact Kettle Buddha, and reach out to them. Go do some partner maneuvers. It will help you because you need to get the tissue moving, and it's a little hard when you're constricted, and if you're going to go through some moments where like it might be uncomfortable because you have a long history of talking about the problem. So now and so that will come up when pain comes in. Your body going to go right to the problem. Yeah, it would happen when we're talking because you're like, oh, to be honest, I'm like, yeah, I know that's how you're feeling, but the whole point is pain moving around your body right now is a good thing. It's the same old pains that are the bad ones. Yeah.
Right.
Pain is your body's way of telling you, look over here louder.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of stories. A lot of I've been in it for a long time. A lot of letting go of this. So I've just got to move through the fear of like, okay, this is getting worse because of a lot of those years of trying things and things getting worse. But it was the wrong things.
There's the wrong things. There's a lot of things. I'm going to send you some supplements too. It's the wrong things. It's the wrong time. There's a right way to do this, and it's also the right time. How old are you?
37.
Yeah. So last year was your take action year. This year is your manifest your new story year. So and you're manifesting your new story this year. That's what's happening. And then next year you're rebuilding your belief with the world. So this is all happening when it's supposed to, and we're in the age of Aquarius. So it's like I said, if we fast forward 20 years from now, you'll look back and go, that's when this all happened, and this is what I've become. It's really easy. Anybody can do it 20 years from now and get 20/20 vision. Look back. The mastery is in finding the reason now.
I hear you. Okay. Yeah.
So I'll get your message online, and then reach out to Kettle Buddha and those guys. I think they meet once a week, and it's somewhere central. I think it's somewhere up in Yorkville or something like that.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to be moving in the next month and a half somewhere. So
well, get in there soon.
Plenty of time.
Yeah. Definitely time to connect. Thank you so much.
Okay. See you later.
Bye, Garry.
Take care. Okay. That was worth it. I feel that's a new moon. It's stuff coming up. That's awesome. So, hey guys, here's a couple things to do. Number one, if you are in New York City or you know somebody in New York City, there's a class happening on Monday. Get out to the class on Monday. If you have questions, you can DM Denise Faith Healer. Go to our website, check it out. Go to our YouTube page. Subscribe, please. Hit the notification. We're sending lots of stuff up there. We're transferring all of our media into other platforms so we can tell you more than the 90-second story. And we're going to have a lot coming out. In addition to that, if you have a media following and or you know somebody that we want to partner with somebody in Los Angeles, we want to partner with somebody in Austin, Texas, New York and Florida, we're going to do a quick tour of the United States. And what it'll be is like the ones you've seen online. We come in, we do an event. We bring people together. It's a healing event. It's trauma release, healing, physical, emotional. And it is super powerful. They're fairly large in nature. We want somebody who can help us coordinate the right spaces, make sure we got the right venues, somebody else who has marketing presence, and 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 who's ready to rock and roll. And we're looking for somebody who has audience, please. If I mean, with all respect, if you have 100 people and that's your thing, and we really appreciate that, that's great. We're looking at somebody who can support us with, you know, like 5 to up to 10,000 people sometimes. So, so that's what we're looking for to work with. We're looking for a media partner and a local partner in those areas. And we're looking to do this third week of March into the beginning of June. That's when we think the world's going to get a little crazy. So, talk to you guys all Monday. Have a great weekend. Oh, remember, Monday's Bizarro Day. And a good one.